Hi, this channel is called the Football Phoenix, and I suppose I'm the Football Phoenix. Um, it's going to be generally about a lot of current stuff, maybe a few old stuff, and anything that anybody wants to talk about. I'm a passionate football fan. I like anything really, old stuff, new stuff, um, football from abroad, football in Europe, obviously abroad. Um, Anything really. And I just want to have as much debate and chat and get to the point of everything really. So, where do we start? Well, obviously England are in the final of the European Championships, their second successive final, um, which is fantastic considering they've had many years without even reaching a semi-final. Up until recently, I would say. So yeah, that's obviously progress. Gareth Southgate's done, I would say, pretty well. I suppose compared to his predecessors, which were some did pretty well, some did pretty average, and obviously some did pretty poor. Um, and he's done, in 2017, 18, he took over. He inherited obviously some good players, a few getting a little bit older from the previous regimes and previous tournaments. So, and then obviously he worked with the under 21s and the FA, so he knew what was coming up through the ranks, the 16-year-olds, the 18-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, all the different age groups, and all the good young players in England and around, and all the different clubs, all the youth structure, which he was very much part of at the FA. So I suppose when Sam Allardyce had to leave, that they needed someone, I suppose, as they say, a safe pair of hands. Um, and he's pretty clean cut, pretty, I suppose, pretty bland, really. Not to say the wrong thing, say the right thing, and just look after young players and nurture them, which I think what he's done is good. And that's generally been part of his job. And so we had the 2018 tournament in. Sorry, I'm just thinking now. Where was that? Where was that? That was in Russia. Yeah, Russia. Um, yeah, Russia. And we reached the semi-finals. Nobody really thought we would do that. I suppose when you're England, you're always quietly confident. You did have even then, a few good young players slowly getting in, and that was what 6 years ago. Obviously, they're a little bit older now. Those younger players, maybe in their mid-20s, maybe mid to late 20s. The Sterlings and Harry Kane was a lot younger then, and various ones, and obviously had some older players. And we got to the semi-finals. We lost to Croatia. We had some good wins against maybe pretty poor opposition. Fair enough. Scored a few goals. Was it Panama 6-1? I think in the group stage, and then we lost. Did we beat Sweden? I think we did in the group stage, and we lost to Croatia, obviously in the semi-final. And I think in one of I think, was it the group game as well we lost? Or I'm trying to think now. But anyway, and then obviously Southgate and his team got to the the COVID situation, not the 2020, but it was obviously Euros 2021, 20 Euros played in 21, which was, well, a mishmash, wasn't it? Played at Wembley, played at Rome with nobody, then played in somewhere else with nobody, then played somewhere else half full, then back to Wembley again, which was full. Wales played in that tournament, didn't play in front of more than I think 1,000 people. So pretty crazy. And we had some good wins. We beat obviously Germany, a week in Germany, I might add. We drew against Scotland. Was it 0-0? That's right. And again, younger players coming in, getting better and better. Out the old, in with the new again, from the 18 World Cup. So yeah, and then he did fluff his lines though, Southgate. We took the lead against Italy. Obviously did well to get to the final, obviously at home. No, I think one of the games was in Rome, wasn't it? Yeah, when we thrashed whoever. So we played Italy. Obviously, 90% of the crowd were English at Wembley. Big crowd, good atmosphere. And we took the lead quite early on. Luke Shaw. And then after that, we just seemed to go into our shell, sit on a 1-0, let Italy get more and more of the game, work their way in. Obviously got the equaliser, and then it was this kind of chess match, extra time, yawn, and then obviously penalties at Wembley. Obviously we had a lot of youngish players. So what did we do? Are we going to win this tournament? Are we going to win the shootout against Italy, breathing down our necks at Wembley? Everyone's a bit nervous. And then he makes this bizarre substitution. I think he brings 2 or 3 very inexperienced players on, I think, to take penalties, I believe, at the time. Very bizarre. And they all look nervous. So obviously England stepped up to take their penalties. They put a few away. Italy put a few away. And then these 2 or 3 other players who looked nervous came on, obviously missed those penalties. And then England are out after having one hand on the trophy. We throw it away. So that, in a lot of people's eyes, really put Southgate in quite a bad light, tactically, just tactics generally, and some of these decisions. And they said he didn't have enough bottle. To go for it. Instead of getting on a 1-0, go 2-0, 3-0, he sat back. And some people have never really forgiven him. And where are we now? Obviously in the Euros, but we're jumping ahead. So I want to talk about Southgate and England and the build up to this over his 8 years in charge. So obviously we lost to Italy on home soil. So again, near miss. Okay. Hopefully we'll improve in Qatar. Crazy Qatar in the November when it's raining and snowing. Lovely, eh? But that's that. We have to get on with it, and we did. It was quite a good tournament. So therefore, England obviously, again, a year or two on from the Wembley game against Italy and the Euros, and there's even more good young players coming through. The Fodens, many more, just to name but one. So again, we get a reasonably nice group draw, as in the group. We've got some nice fixtures. We win a few. I think we won quite a. Did we win them all? We might have drawn one, the group games, and then the last 16 we won, and quarterfinals. Yeah, and then obviously the quarterfinals against France, where at times we played quite well. The Indians in the ascendancy. Did we take the lead, or I can't remember now? I think we took the lead, and then France equalised. Again, we sat back. Gareth Southgate wasn't very proactive. He wasn't very reactive. He was proactive. Whereas France thought, right, we need to do something here. So the French manager did this, brought some players on, made a few tactical changes, and it flummoxed England and Southgate and the whole structure of the team. And then France, that second half, and a lot of about half of the second half, and the extra time period, really were the better team. And then England were kind of slightly on the canvas. Um, and then and then and then they equalised and they took the lead. And then we get that opportunity, don't we, with Harry Kane? Harry Kane, of all people, you'd put your house on him, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? So yeah, he steps up, and sadly he missed, didn't he? He missed. He didn't just miss. It went into either um, Pluto, Centre Neptune, whatever. He was high, wide, and handsome. Not in this. Not in this sphere. Another sphere. Yeah. So that was it. England again. Good old England out, but this time the usual, kind of like the quarter final. Solid, middle of the road, decent, but quarter final. You know, Sven Goran Eriksson, Glenn Hoddle, you know, whatever, whoever. Yeah, Sven Goran Eriksson type, what do they call it? World. You know, just can't get past the quarter final because we're just too rigid, and that's it. So yeah, quarter final. So, and obviously after that, even more fans thought, right, this is absolute rubbish. You know, Southgate's got to go now. He's got to go. He's got to fall on his sword. He's had 3 tournaments, you know, and in the end, France, he got outthought, out this, out that, whatever. And England were out, obviously. So where are we now? We're 2024 Euros, aren't we? So we obviously stayed on. The FA wanted to give it one more crack with these always good young players in the next even year or so, year and a half, that have obviously can't come into the Euros. I mean, you got the genius everyone thought he was 2 or 3 years ago. What's his name? Sorry, everybody. Jack Grealish. He's not out. He's had a poor season. Obviously, Slaphead himself. Harry Maguire. Brave Southgate, because that's his favourite. He's gone. The guy Henderson in Saudi Arabia, that was his favourite. He's gone. He wasn't included. And other players, some of his lieutenants, experienced players. You know, he's told them to stay at home. So he's been quite bold. Eze of Crystal Palace, he's a very talented player. He added him and some of the other players. Don't know too much about, but he's added them, and it's been quite bold. So that is it 26 players? 26 players, yeah, the squad. He's been quite bold and a little bit left field. So we thought, with all these good players and a few of the experienced ones, Harry Kane and one or two others, and Pickford and Stones and who's the fullback, the bombing fullback at Manchester City, Kyle Walker. That's right, him. So we got a good, strong sort of structure with all the geniuses and the young players coming around. Who's he going to pick? Which system is he going to play? Is he going to play 3-5-1? Is he going to play a 4-4-2, 3-3, 4-3-3? Now, what's he going to play? What is going to be the formation that really gets the best out of this wonderful, fantastic group of players? You know, some older, some middle-aged, and some talented, raw maybe even, but talented. So how's he going to do that? So obviously he went with a 4, I think, what did he go with? A 4-4-1-1, I think, in a lot of the group games. And obviously the group games were hit, miss, well, mostly miss. The first half an hour, 35 minutes in the first match, we played very well against Serbia. And then after that, second half, we tailed off. Okay, we won the match. And then the next 3, a draw, a 1-1 draw, then a 0-0 draw, Then it was 1-1 in the 90 minutes. No. What am I talking about? It was 1-0 in till about the 91st minute, 92nd minute, was it? 90th minute. And England got the equaliser. And then it obviously went to extra time, and Harry Kane obviously got the goal in extra time, and we won. We went through quarterfinals, and then the quarterfinals, obviously another draw, against extra time, and it was getting cautious and tense, and oh God, we got bloody hell penalties again, and this time, I suppose whatever we've been planning on the training pitch, it went like a treat, didn't it? Bang penalty, bang penalty, bang penalty. Ivan Toney, bang penalty. That beautiful little penalty put away, that right hand corner, I think. And all the penalties were just superb. Not like in other years where we've fluffed our lines more often than not. So yeah, and then we're through again, and then we're in a semi-final again. Second successive Euro semi-final. So, and who we got? Who did we play? Who have we just played? We've played. Played Holland, haven't we? We've just played Holland 2 days ago. And I thought we were fantastic. That was the best probably we've played. One of the best games we've played. First half. I think since Southgate's been there, really. I think. Yeah. That was his finest. That was his finest match. Obviously, the whole result, because obviously we won in the last couple of minutes with Ollie Watkins of Aston Villa. Fantastic goal, fantastic finish. I thought, what's he going to do? Is he ever going to do it, or are we going to go out? Or he's going to go to extra time, and he's going to, goalkeeper's going to save it, and he just got it from. Palmer, beautiful ball from Palmer, little twist, bang, far post, and the goalkeeper just can't get there. Yes, we scored. So we're through, and he's a hero. Everyone's a hero. Southgate's even a hero. And we're through to the final, obviously on Sunday. So yeah, we did it, and we played well, and we deserved to win. It got a bit scrappy second half. The Dutch didn't make it easy. They came back into it a little bit, but they were quite average. I wouldn't say poor. I wouldn't say, obviously they're not brilliant, but they were quite average. They've got a few good players, not as many as England, and I think at times they were quite negative. They were hitting a lot of high balls. That's not how the Dutch play. A lot of pace over the top. Some of the times the forward players got it. Some of the time the forward players didn't get it. And the midfield was overrun by England's midfield. Their passing was woeful. Their fullbacks were poor, the Dutch. And England had them. They had them for not only breakfast, dinner. I had them for a midnight feast as well. They had them. So, yeah. On to Sunday against Spain. Now that's going to be hard, very hard. What do we do? What are we going to do? Is Watkins going to stay in the team? Are we going to still have three defenders at the back? Are we going to go 4? Are we going to go 3? What are we going to do in the middle of the park? Is Kyle Walker going to come in? Kyle, what's his name? Palmer. Cole Palmer. Is he going to come in? So it's all to play for and to think about and food for thought. So if you've got any questions or anything you want to debate with me, please leave your comments down below. Thank you very much. This is the Football Phoenix. Cheerio. Have a good one. Up the England. See you next time. Bye.